Happy Easter to you. Today, Jesus is risen and is alive and is no longer dead. I know that many people around the world still don't know about Jesus. And they may not believe that Jesus really died and rose from the dead. And they think that it's made up, that it's, a story that isn't true. And many atheists tend to make fun of us that we believe that Jesus rose from the dead. And many other people may not believe it and challenge us. But throughout history, Christians have faced that same mockery, that same challenge, that same disbelief that Jesus rose from the dead. And people have tried to force Christians to stop believing it, but they haven't. And in cases, they were murdered. Today, the first gospel talks about Peter. And it says that Peter went through the land telling everybody about Jesus' death and his resurrection. And he knew because he saw Jesus resurrected. He knew that he wasn't dead and was still alive. And he told everybody about it. He knew it was risky, but he didn't care. He still had to tell what happened. And sure enough, he ended up being crucified and died. But he wasn't the only one. St. Paul, who in the past had not believed about Jesus and didn't believe any of the story, ended up meeting him after he had risen. And Paul was instantly transformed, and from then on went about telling everybody how he had met Jesus, the risen Jesus. But he ended up being killed and became a martyr. So every generation, Christians have died and been martyred because they refused to change their belief and doubt that Jesus really did die and rise from the dead. And they know that they will meet Jesus. A good example of this is last week when we talked about all of the martyrs from South Korea that have died over the years. They refused to give up their faith because they had experienced Jesus and know that he has died and has risen from the dead and that he is alive. All around the world, we see people who still don't know about Jesus. They still haven't experienced meeting him in his grace and knowing that he is real and is alive. The world needs us. They need us to go about and tell about Jesus and that he really is alive. And those people would be, for example, our family, our co-workers, people out in our community. We need to tell them. And yes, while they may mock us and not believe us, who knows that through our telling them, they may eventually find Jesus and realize that yes, he had died and has risen again. Thank you, and God bless you.